So the big question is this: how do investors like us who don't have a PhD in finance or millions to start investing, how do we grow our bank accounts to build real savings and retirements and yet still have the time to do what we really love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer.
He was so deeply committed to bashing through this window that he just didn't realize that there was this insane opportunity for him to just take a step back, chill out for a moment, and look at his options, look at his alternatives. Because what I did was I opened up this massive, massive door, and all he had to do was walk through the door, and he would be, out of there. And all of a sudden, instead of working through, whatever he was doing, just backed up for a moment, you would see that there was this amazing place where he could just walk through, or just fly right through, and get outside. And it was weird, like, sometimes that happens to people, and they just don't realize that there's this insane option that's so much easier than what's normal, and just people, they don't realize that, wow, you can actually just take the easy way out of this, or maybe just take a step back and take another perspective on whatever you're doing, right? So if this guy would just fly back and look at what he was doing from a different perspective, all of a sudden, it's this insanely powerful position to be in, wherein, hey, thanks. You just take a step back, and there's like this huge opportunity for him to just take an easy way out. But sometimes we get so focused that it just doesn't happen. And the same thing happens with a lot of training programs, right? You have to take a step back and remember the overarching goal, and look at maybe if there's a different way to achieve that overarching goal. And it's really, really interesting because if you can take a step back on your own, that's really, really, really powerful, but it's sometimes really tough to do. So what I really try to do, because, whoa, hey, there's some cool buildings over here, and this is pretty sweet. I've never been this way. What I try to do is I'll get around people with different backgrounds and different identities, or sometimes just, people that have done different things and work in different fields. And that's really, really powerful, because now, instead of just having your own opinions and insights, you can ask other people what they think. A lot of times, those different backgrounds will start to create these different beliefs with what they're doing. So you can actually connect to someone on a different level, they connect with you on a different level, and it's really powerful because you're able to work together and create this insane thing called like a mastermind, right? Where you have people coming together, working together, and combining their like vibrations, right? Their like ideas, their mindsets. So what comes out of that is actually like 10 times more powerful than what the 2 or 3 people coming into it could think of on their own, since they're able really to just create this insane perspective, right? Because you have someone else who's standing 10 feet behind you, they can look at what you're doing and suggest, make really, really powerful suggestions of what to do next. It's really, really crazy to see that with a lot of situations where originally maybe you just wouldn't know exactly what to do, but then you get this type of person to come in and they can shift sort of your thinking. And once you do that, you go into this insane position where instead of doing the same thing over and over and really trying to get huge results out of it, you take a second to sit back and reflect with someone, so that when you come together, the work that you do and the growth that you have, it's this joint effort, and it has that was pretty crazy. It has this group effort behind it, gives it a very, very, very powerful positioning in the marketplace. Because once you take on the oversights of multiple people, right, and this can happen, really in almost any aspect of what you do, right? Like you're looking at different ways to learn, different ways to grow. When you have that outside perspective, when you have maybe that mentor, even digitally, right? When you have that person that can come in and say, hey, look, I've done this, I'm on track with your I would recommend before, and this is what's worked for you. And you have that person that can come and tell you that, and they're a very powerful addition to whatever training you're doing yourself, whatever ideology you're believing in, because now you have an entire new person. You got an entire life of experiences that you can leverage to create powerful based entirely on leveraging someone else's expertise, leveraging someone else's experience, leveraging someone else's connections. Because once you really get in front of these people, it connects them. Suddenly, you have this insanely powerful, relationship that can yield dividends for years and years and years and years and years to come, because you can take advantage of the work they're doing, right? So, like this morning, I was trading with Jake. I'm working with Jake for had such powerful results for both of us. You have to come together and make this joint master. It's just so powerful. And so many people I work with, where it's like we've both grown so much because we were able to leverage each other's strengths, right? So, Jay's a whole he gets so many amazing things. And then I go real quick and like get identified through everything that's so powerful. You can focus on unique abilities and whatever people like to do, and use that as a way to just have everybody performing at maximum productivity. It's very amazing just for that to happen. And then you use that as sort of like a stepping stone, right? So once you have the team, once you have the progress, then you can move into this whole new field of growth, where originally my have been really tough to start going towards something or a goal or whatever it is that you're doing alone, because a lot of times when you're working by yourself, it's just it's tough, right? You can make it happen, but you're not going to have that outside perspective that really lets you understand what others might say about what you're doing in the marketplace. And because of that, it's just,
that's such a cool vibe.
You're so cool. I wonder if I should go on the other side. I feel like it's going to be... Oh, it is on the right. All right, we'll do that. Have a good one. Thanks. You see, like, stuff like that, right? Like, where you can connect with people, that's such a powerful skill to have. Because at a fundamental level, you don't know where a lot of, the people you work with are going to come from. A whole lot of the stuff you do happens. Yesterday, I went to this thing, it's called ATDC, Advanced Technology Development Center, and there are just like hundreds and hundreds of startups. I talked about this the other day. There's one guy, Kelly, and I met Kelly there, and he is running this insanely awesome blockchain startup. I'm talking about it in the other podcast. But what's so cool is that, like, you just have to be interested for people to see you as interesting, right? And it's this really powerful mindset where if you can, hey, thanks guys so much. If you can work towards interacting with others more and growing more with them and speaking more with them, all of a sudden you're going to develop this insane relationship that just might not have come through traditional means, right? But if you can keep working towards the overarching ideas that you're working with, or just going hard on yourself, right? And these connections, if you can just put this at the forefront of everything that you do, so that for a fact that you are going to get whatever it is that you want done. And you use that as a tool in everything that you act with, so that instead of working, towards these insane goals that are super high, you're instead working towards building a team to work towards these insane goals. Because once you have that, you have this very powerful state of being in the marketplace, where instead of just, when you stop working, like the work stops, you have this group of collective people, and they all have this idea, and this idea is based on your goals and prospects and whatever your dreams are. But at the same time, they're all connected to you, and everyone's working together to get this thing done. And once you have that, it's this really powerful state where instead of everything stopping, right, and it's all relying on you, you have a group of people that are continually working, even when you take a break. And then when you do, whatever has to happen for you to get your stuff done, you get into this awesome state where, you've got this whole massive group of people around you just pumping you up. And when that happens, instead of it just being you, right, you have this motivation. And that motivation comes a whole lot from these outside group of individuals. And they can work with you and help you grow so much more than if you were just traditionally working, or maybe if you didn't have the means to get in front of people. And that's why it's so important to just get in front of more people. And that's why I'm working really hard right now with this business development, just to grab the attention, right? Because that attention is the biggest thing. You have to get out of obscurity. If you can get out of obscurity, you can pretty much solve, any problem that you want. And it all comes from a basis of getting in front of people and getting them to understand you and know what you're about, know who you are. And once you have that, all of a sudden, it becomes so much easier to create an impact in the marketplace, create whatever change that you want, based almost exclusively on your connections. Because now, if you have this really big powerhouse, people can leverage, you can, scale the impact you want to make, launch whatever you want to launch much faster. And when you do that, it creates this insanely powerful sphere of influence with whatever you do. Because instead of going harder and harder, you're actually, you're doing the same work and you're putting in the same effort, right? Like, just like the guy on the court, he can put in the same fishing as somebody fishing from a pond of fish. You can put in the same effort but have much higher results because you work much smarter and more strategically by leveraging yourself and leveraging your skills, but more importantly, leveraging others, their unique abilities. You can use them is really an insanely powerful gateway to whatever you want to achieve. And the best way really to do that is to start working on building those connections and building that team. And whoa, it's like a fire truck. And once you do that, you can go and embark on these projects where maybe originally it wouldn't make sense to go towards them. But once you get the support of others, now you can work maybe just on that one part that you're very talented at. And you can use the network of others that you build to grow as a collective group. And another really important idea with that is just constant outreach. Hey, thanks guys. Because when you have that constant outreach, what happens is so powerful is you start to increase your trust and your reliability in the marketplace based on your consistency. Hey, thanks guys. And that consistency creates this image of yourself that originally might have been tougher to get. But once you go, you start to achieve this accomplishment where maybe originally you'd be reaching out to people maybe once a month, right? Or maybe once a year. That's crazy. When you implement these very tactical and strategic follow-up procedures with whatever it is that you do, now you're in front of people more relevant to them. On your right, thank you. And when that happens, it just puts you at the forefront of impact in their lives. It puts you at the maximum peak ability to get on your left. Thanks, guys. The peak ability to get whatever you want done in the marketplace, and then that just grows. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, guys. Excuse me. Thanks, guys. So you can get exactly what you done. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, seriously, take it to heart, take it to impact, and really go out there and start to build like a network of people that can leverage over time. There's so much power. Reach and try to connect with people that are at a higher level. Because that higher level is so powerful compared to maybe just normal outreach, since what you're really doing is you're expanding your power base, but you're also growing yourself, right? Like, it's really not easy for me to just let's see, where are we? It's tough to just walk into these businesses cold, or sometimes warm, but maybe it's the first couple of times I met them, without a real relationship with them, and say, hey, let's talk, right? And then you're talking essentially like to the big boss guy, you're with the business owner, and at the beginning, that's frightening. But once you just start doing it, and once you start getting out there, it changes your mindset, it shifts your perspective, and all of a sudden you can achieve so much more by putting in the pain points at the beginning. And when you overcome those pain points, it's just going to help you grow. It's going to help you create so much more confidence in what you're doing, so that you can have the security, you can have the growth, you can have basically anything you want once you overcome that initial fear and you just go out there and do it in the marketplace, which is some really powerful stuff. So hey guys, take it to heart, and remember, there are 24 hours in a day. What are you going to do to make them insanely valuable? and worth it for everything that you do. Take it to heart, guys. Go out there and crush it. Thanks so much. I'll see you. Bye.
Want more stock market secrets? If so, go get your free copy of my best-selling book, 9 to Noon. You can get your free copy plus $11,176 of unannounced bonuses it took me years to uncover completely for free at 9tonoonsecrets.com. Inside 9 to Noon, you'll find the top 38 secrets you can use to double your portfolio every 2 years and make upwards of 10% per trade daily.